Hello everyone, welcome back to the Music Lounge. My name is Tatenda and I'm your host for tonight's episode. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the Music Lounge. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for choosing to be part of this program once again this evening. You know, the beauty of the Music Lounge is that you get to meet so many different people from all walks of life. And so even if you're not where I am right now, you guys are also getting to experience people's different testimonies, their experiences with music, and seeing how they view music through their lens. So tonight, we have a very familiar face and one episode that I'm sure we're also excited about. So we're going to let our guest for tonight introduce himself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gilmour Nyabani. And I'm happy to be part of the Music Lounge tonight.
Thank you so much, Gilmour. So tell us about Gilmour. Who is Gilmour? We know you as a singer, but we want to know more about you. Who exactly is Gilmour and what is Gilmour all about?
Well, Gilmour is a simple, very simple person.
Mm-hmm.
Gilmour loves singing. Apparently, it's the best thing that he ever does.
Okay.
And Gilmour is a father of two.
Mm-hmm.
I have two daughters, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, yes. And very beautiful daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And also I am an Adventist, full-time Adventist.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up an Adventist, born an Adventist.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So yeah, apparently this is Gilmour.
Gilmour.
Yes.
Great.
The musician. Some of you know him as a musician.
Great.
That's me.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And it's great that you've also already mentioned that Gilmour loves music and you're a musician, so we'll get straight into that.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, Gilmour, how early do you remember yourself being involved in music? How young were you? What's your journey like so far?
Well, I can go back as far as 6 years of age.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when that's when I did my first presentation. It was a bit funny, you know, when you present in church at 6 years of age.
Yeah.
And like the older guys will be like, what are these guys doing here? Do they want to do something? And we managed to actually present a very nice song.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And do you remember the song?
Yeah, I do remember it. We did it. I did it with the familiar faces that you may know, you may know. So there was Ngoni Gumbo and Mutsawashe Gumbo.
Mm-hmm.
So we sang an a cappella song. It went like, there's a land beyond the river that we call the sweet forever. Yeah, that was the first song that we actually presented. And we only presented it once, and that was that. Then the next time I remembered that I can actually recall singing was I was in Form 1.
Okay.
At school, Nyahuni Adventist. That's the second time that I actually presented. Then from then, I have been singing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yes, you really do go far back with the ministry, which is great also that you are still doing that as well, even up to now.
Sure.
And so I'm sure a lot of people know you from Fem Faith, the group that you sing in. And I think we would like to know, what challenges have you experienced so far being involved in ministry with such a huge group, a group that has a lot of influence? And then maybe later you can also tell us about some of the rewarding things that have come with being in ministry. Saka, we can start Nema challenges, and then we go into the...
music, singing in an Adventist environment is not something that we might actually say easy. It's not easy. We have different types of people that you are singing for. We have those ones who are to like the extremes of they need to actually make sure you sing in the proper Adventist way. You know what I mean? And we also have those ones who just enjoy music as it is. So we actually have gone through that phase. I have gone through that phase. I remember one time at school, we were told not to sing a cappella. I don't know why, but only to find out that a cappella is the music that we sing in church.
Yeah.
So we actually didn't sing for quite some time. About 3-4 months, we were not even presenting.
Okay.
Then we just ended up presenting. I don't know what happened. God comes in so many ways.
Yeah.
Even when we after high school, I was singing. I sang with Streams of Praise. I sang with Shaken. I sang with Sharp Power as well. So you might find that on some of the occasions, we have people who actually, they can tell you that your music is not proper, and some churches would actually tell you that we don't want to see you singing here. Yeah, because of the type of music, or maybe the group that you're singing with. So yeah, those are some of the challenges. I'm sure so many people, so many musicians have gone through so many challenges of such sort. So yeah, we've gone through those challenges. I've personally gone through them. And what I actually just learned is I don't sing for people. I sing for God. And I do it with all my heart because I'm serving God. I'm not serving man. I'm serving God. So it gives me the energy, it gives me the strength to keep going, even if a challenge comes. Yeah. So those are some of the challenges that we've gone through. Yeah. Then maybe to talk about the rewarding part of it.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, a wise man once told me that when you do God's business, He also comes in to do your business. Yeah. So I've realized that the more I do God's business, the more God actually takes care of my own personal stuff. So He has done so many things for me. God has actually rewarded me in a lot of ways that I cannot actually comprehend. I cannot even try to think, or even if I'm to say thank you, I don't have enough words to actually thank Him for what He has done for me, because of what I just do for Him. I just sing, I serve Him, I use my voice as His tool, I just serve Him. Then He does what He does for me. The blessings that come after that, they're just insane. Yeah.
Amazing. And thank you so much for sharing that as well. And so I also hope that you see, that we actually also learn that, like you're saying, when you do God's business, He also comes in for you. So it's not in vain. It's not, if there's anyone who's contemplating involvement in ministry in any kind of way, God is a faithful God. God comes through for us in so many different ways. So thank you so much for sharing that. So my next question for you is, how has music ministered to you? We always talk about how when you are involved in ministry, the impact that you have on people, influence, and all of those things. But what about you as an individual? How has music ministered to you in your life?
Yeah. Well, I can safely say, music is my life. It's one of the strongholds that I have in my life. I have lost so many beloved ones in my life. There was a moment I lost my grandmother from my mom's side. I loved her so much. The only thing that kept me going is music. Then when I lost my father, the only thing that kept me strong is music. So because of that, it's part of my life. It's not even, I can't say part. It's my life. That's how I am. That's what I live, eat, and breathe. So music is a pillar of strength in my life. It keeps me going. It keeps me strong. Whenever I feel like I have something that's actually going on in my life, the moment I start singing, it just goes away. Just like that. So it's more of like I talk to God through music. I serve Him through music, and He speaks to me back through music. It's like a communication way between me and Him. We understand each other that way. So it's a pillar of strength in my life.
That's interesting. And I think this is actually the first time I've heard someone looking at music that way, that it's actually a way of communicating to God. He communicates to us through music. We also communicate to Him through music. So that's a great thing to learn. So you mentioned that music is your life, right? And from what you've shared with us so far, we can also see that you've been involved in ministry for a long time now. So tell us, Kuti, how do you handle, my practice sessions? Because I'm sure it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of time, so how much sacrifice have you put into, being involved in ministry?
So like I said, when you do God's business, He actually takes care of your business. I've never had a challenge when it comes to practice sessions.
Okay.
Even I go to work, but the people that I work with, they actually understand me more than I understand myself.
Okay.
They literally can actually ask me that, are you singing this weekend?
Okay.
Or are you going to sing anyway this today or whatever? That's how they do. They actually understand me more. When I say I sing, they've just accepted it and they've just given it a green light. When I tell them that I'm going to sing somewhere, it's just yes. No one says no.
Okay.
That's how it is. That's how God has done it in my life. So practice sessions, I attend any practice session, what time, you name it, because God actually allows it to happen.
Yeah.
And it's one thing that I actually respect. Used to talk with Masho Matsilele, the director for Firm Faith. He actually can testify that when it comes to practice sessions, I actually am a very nagging person when it comes for practice. I'm always there, and I nag him so much for practice sessions. So yeah, it's something that I value it with all my heart.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you can actually see if people put in their time for practice sessions and stuff like that, the end result will always tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how it is. Well, it's God.
Yeah.
Always.
True.
Yeah.
True.
All the way.
True. And this is also a reminder that, even when we're working for God, we're supposed to put time and effort into
Exactly.
it. The same way we do with our jobs and all of those things.
Sure.
We should also give the same or even more effort
You
actually.
sacrifice,
towards ministry. And what about in terms of even vocal training and stuff? Kind of it comes naturally to you. Is it something you even have to deal with, or?
Well, it's I don't recall going for a vocal training ever in my life.
Okay.
I've always wanted to, but I've never done a vocal training. So to some extent, I think it's God just using a vessel. Like he does what he wants to do with me at a certain point in time. I just do as he pleases or as he wants me to do it. So vocal training, I would have actually wanted, there's a time I actually wanted to go for a vocal training, but I didn't go. And I remember this one time someone came, a vocal coach, when I was singing in Shaw Power. Then we actually wanted him to do vocals with us, teach us how to do vocal training. Then he asks us to sing, we sang. Then he was like, what do you expect me to teach you? That was that, you see. Yeah. So I would have wanted to do a vocal training. Maybe I'll try one time, but I've never done it. But I don't know how it happens. It just goes. It just comes in and I'm just flowing like that. Yeah.
Well, I think that's what happens, when God gives you a gift.
Exactly.
He even gives you with the skill, execution, and everything.
He tells you what to do. He directs you the very way he wants.
Yeah. And so when it comes to that as well, in terms of, you mentioned how you guys, you sing a lot of places, you travel, sometimes even outside the country, in the country with this ministry. And have you ever actually struggled with performing in front of people? Or
yeah, it happens. Not every day is a good day. Sometimes you have bad days. Well, they are there to actually make you stronger for the next day that's coming ahead. Yeah, we have met challenges along the way. Yeah, sometimes you have no voices. Sometimes people are just not feeling well, and sometimes you are all okay at that point, but something can just happen and it actually kills the morale for everyone or the momentum and stuff like that, and things just go down. But what I've actually understood and what I've learned is, no matter what challenge that comes along your way, no burden or because no burden is too heavy that God allows you to carry. He knows that you can carry it. Yeah. So each and every time we meet those challenges, we take them as stepping stones. Okay. Yeah, we step on top of the challenges, then we keep pushing. Yeah, at the end of the day, once you do that, God always steps into the rescue.
Yeah.
Amen.
Thank you for that. And speaking of, performing, we want to move on to the song that you're going to sing for us this evening, right? So tell us about the song that you're going to sing and why you specifically chose this song. Is there an experience tied to it, a testimony, or it's just a song that you resonate with so much?
Well, the song that I actually am presenting tonight is it's one of the old songs that my mom used to sing, my grandmother used to sing. I also managed to have a whole church choir sing the song at one point in time. So it's one of those songs that actually mean a lot to me. It talks about God being a friend, and us allowing him to enter into our hearts, to dwell in our hearts, and let him just be the friend that he needs to be, and he will lead you. He's just a friend that anyone needs, everyone needs. So that's how it is to me. God is my friend. He's a father, yes. He's a brother, yes. And to me, he's a friend. He's a friend to me. So I love the song because it always reminds me that let him in so that he leads and he shows you the way you ought to travel. So it's actually a song that it goes a long way as I grew up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's one of the old schools. I know the seniors will actually agree to that one.
Thank you so much for that. And so before we head to your song, as we close up our episode, I just have one question for you.
Oh, yes.
Usually I ask, if you have anything burning to share, but because you are someone who's been involved in ministry in such a long time with so much experience and so much wisdom to share, as we've all seen so far. My question for you is, do you think the future of the music ministry in the church is promising? And if not, do you think there are any areas that we can improve, even in terms of support, funding, all of those things? What do you think?
Well, so far, with what I see and what I have seen, I think the future is actually brightening up. We have so many genres coming up. We have actually seen that there are people who are actually being allowed to sing their own way of singing that speaks to them, and it's actually being accepted, which is a good thing. It is definitely good. It will actually enable us to reach out to everyone. No one is going to be left behind. We're going to address that person from that kind of culture, that person from that kind of culture, which will actually be beneficial for the church. And it's actually a good thing to me. Because if we actually stick to one type of genre, maybe that genre is not conducive for someone else. They will never listen to it because they've grown, they do not like it. So by having that broadness in genres, it's going to help the music industry to grow in the church, and it's also going to help the evangelism to spread. It's actually a good thing. I see a bright future.
Great. Thank you. Great. So thank you so much, Gilmour, for joining us for tonight's episode. I'm sure we've benefited a lot from what you've shared, and also getting to know you as well. It's very funny seeing someone you see singing all the time, and then getting to actually have a conversation like this with them. So this is great. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you too.
Pray that God continues to bless you, and He continues to enlarge your territory as well.
Amen.
So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
and
you.
To our audience, as always, thank you once again for being part of the Music Lounge this evening. If you want to be part of the Music Lounge, get in touch with the number that's appearing on your screen right now. And if you want to join the larger Music Lounge family, then do join our Bluffhill Music Lounge WhatsApp group. The link is going to be appearing on your screen right now. And so now we're going to leave you with a song that was sung by Gilmour. Until next time, have a blessed Sabbath.
kune mweni pamsiwo zarura ange aripo kare zarura achiripo zarurira muchene Jesu mwana wa Mwari zarura moyo wako zarura angaende zarurira shamwari anokurwira mweya owanewe narini zarura inzwa onyengerera azarura zvinosarudzaye ozarura akamira pamsiwo anokupa rufaro zita rake rokudzwa zarura kashirawe kudenga hazarura achakuitira mtambo zarura achakusunungura zvepasi zvazopera okutora kumusha azarura okutora kumusha ozarura